Well, good afternoon, everybody, and we are live from the Findlay-Hancock County Chamber of Commerce. I'm Doug Jenkins. John Calvelage joining us as we celebrate member anniversaries. Coffee Amici, a 20-year member of the Findlay-Hancock County Chamber of Commerce. John, how are you doing today?
Doing great. Thanks, Doug.
Well, we're glad to have you with us. Glad to have you right in front of your Christmas tree as it's a busy time of year at Coffee Amici. But let's get into the history of the coffee shop. Certainly, it's a mainstay in downtown Findlay, but how did it get started?
It was an idea for a gathering place that didn't have the barriers of smoking alcohol back 20 years ago. And the coffee house seemed like a proper venue for that. Uh, we've had art on the wall every month for the last 20 years and open mic nights every Friday night. So the idea was to have a safe gathering place.
Well, it certainly has become that, and I know that's something that you all pride yourself on. There is it's a very inclusive community at Coffee Amici. Everybody is welcome to come in and get their caffeine fix, which we do.
Yeah, yeah, it's one of the few places where the tiniest of children, all the way up to the oldest grandparents, can all spend time together in the same spot.
You mentioned the open mic nights, and that's not something I've had a chance to take part in. What goes on at open mic nights? How do people get involved in that?
Uh, we have a steady group of regular players, uh, 4 to 8 players that come in on a regular basis on Friday night and play, and they have their own little community of musicians. And once in a while, we'll get visiting acts from out of town, or someone who's just learned to play the guitar, or a young person that plays ukulele, or
Mhm.
really what to expect. But it's every Friday night from 7 to 9.
Yeah, you guys have a very cool commitment to the arts, the audio arts. I don't know if that's a phrase or not, certainly, but the visual arts as well, because there's always something on display there on the back wall, and I think it's cats right now. If I saw it right last week, I enjoyed the cats.
Yeah,
But
we have
how do artists get involved with doing that?
um, actually we've been doing that. That wall is dedicated entirely to one artist
Oh, okay.
for the month. So they sign up ahead of time. We're actually booked into 2024 right now. Um, they can display their art. We take no commission. We recommend they put it up for sale, but it gets a lot of exposure. Especially, it's a good opportunity to buy art if you're looking for a Christmas present. So it's just been a tradition for the last 20 years.
Absolutely. Well, coffee culture really became a thing there in the mid to late 90s. Certainly, it originated in Seattle with coffee shops and things like that. But it's one thing to be like, hey, this would be a cool thing to do. And it's another thing to execute it. What were the biggest things you had to learn as you went and put things together for Coffee Amici?
Well, there was all the building code regulations. Learn
That's
those.
even before you learned to make your first Frappuccino.
Absolutely. Well, and when we first opened, we didn't have any blended drinks. It's been that long now that blended drinks came onto the scene a couple of years after we opened. Um, Probably the biggest thing we had to learn is that people have different tastes.
Mhm.
That's anything from flavors of coffee, flavors of sweeteners, different types of milks, and we try to accommodate all those things. And
And of course, you have a great staff who's able to do that and turn the drinks out in a pretty timely manner. You guys, we were talking before we went on here. October, the busiest month, but I imagine December's probably up there.
December is busy too, but in a different way because people are taking more time off. So the morning rush might turn into an afternoon rush or an evening rush. So it's just the timing seems to change a lot for people during the holidays.
That makes sense. One last thing for you. I know you guys love to partner with the community, like we've talked about with local artists and things like that, but also partnerships with businesses. I know you have the drink there that combines Coffee Amici and Dietz's flavors together. But also, you guys like to give back to the community too. And I think this would be a great time to just to highlight some of the ways that you really like to be involved in the community.
Well, we've participated in the downtown restaurant tour every year that they've had that. That's been a lot of fun. We hosted some bike rallies in years past. We donate coffee to the NAMI Walk each year, and certain other charitable events around town. And we also donate gift cards for smaller fundraising activities, gift baskets and such.
Very good. Well, it's always a great place to come in, have a quick meeting, or in my case, a lot of times John sees me wander over when I need that Americano with cream to get me through the afternoon, since it's within walking distance of here. So, John, thank you for all that you guys have done over the past 20 years and keeping us all awake here in Findlay and Hancock County.
Yep, it's a lively town, and I think we had a little bit to do with that.
Absolutely. John, if people want to learn more about Coffee Amici, if they haven't been or they haven't been in a while, what's the best way to learn more about the business?
Check our Facebook page or the website. Probably the Facebook page is the best source of information currently.
Sounds good. John, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah. Thank you, Doug, and thanks to the Chamber for all the help over the years.
Absolutely. More to come as well.